Hello everyone, my name is Heidi and welcome back to this week's episode of Baby Names Sunday. So this week's video, I am super excited because the Social Security Administration for the US, so the SSA, just came out with the top 1000 charts for 2022. Now, I've been waiting for this list to come out, so that means that today I'll be sharing some trendy baby names new to the top 1000s for boys and girls. I have the list half and half, and this will be just a phenomenal names list that is very interesting to see what is trending right now in the US. And I always use the US because it's much easier to kind of gauge how names are doing, just because they have so much data there and there's just so many people there. Now, let's get on into the list. All right, starting today's list off, we have the name Cohen, spelled K-O-E-N, Cohen. This one's actually a Dutch diminutive, this particular spelling, and it means bold advisor. On the girl side is Emiliana, spelled E-M-I-L-I-A-N-A, Emiliana. This is just a stunning name. I feel it's so timeless throughout time, and it's an Italian rooted name meaning rival. Next up on the boys is Cedric, spelled C-E-D-R-I-C, Cedric. And this one's a Celtic rooted name meaning bounty. Onto the girls is Winona, spelled W-I-N-O-N-A, Winona. This one has definitely been kind of rising on the charts, especially just because of, like, you know, it's used in pop culture. You have Winona Ryder, and it's just such a beautiful name. It actually is Sioux Indian, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and it means firstborn daughter. Murphy, spelled M-U-R-P-H-Y, Murphy for a little boy. This one's Irish rooted, meaning sea warrior. Then for a beautiful French name here is Belle, spelled B-E-L-L-E, Belle. And like I said, it's French rooted, meaning beautiful. Switching things up a little bit here. On the boys side, I have Kaizen, spelled K-A-I-Z-E-N, Kaizen. This has that, you know, trendy Kai in it, but it also kind of reminds me of like Caden, which is also a really popular name for the boys. Kind of mix them two together and it kind of creates Kaizen. But this one in particular is actually a Japanese rooted name meaning good change. Anaya, spelled I-N-A-Y-A, Anaya. This one's a beautiful Arabic rooted name meaning care and concern. Dutton, spelled D-U-T-T-O-N, Dutton. This one's an English surname meaning hill settlement or town, and definitely with Yellowstone, the series. You guys have to watch it if you haven't, along with Walker as well. Walker and Dutton, all those names are very trending and booming right now because of that Yellowstone series. Next up is Dream, and Dream is spelled J-R-E-A-M, Dream. This one is a very unique virtue word name, and I see a lot of different spellings being used. This one's not too far-fetched. I mean, J-R-E-A-M still looks like dream, and I think it's kind of unique and cool. All right, back over to the boys side, we have Yaya, spelled Y-A-H-Y-A, Yaya. I have actually been keeping my eye on this one because I think it's really fun. It's actually a Turkish from Hebrew variant, actually a take, like a nickname take on the name Yochanan. I hope I'm pronouncing that one right, which is a Hebrew name, but they've been kind of modernizing it, and you have the nickname Yaya, which I find really cool, and this one means God is gracious. I have Scotty on the girl side, S-C-O-T-T-I-E, Scotty. This one's a Scottish rooted name meaning Scott. Next up is Mayer, spelled M-E-I-R, Mayer. This one is the original spelling of Mayer, M-E-Y-E-R. That one's rising as well, and they're both Hebrew rooted names meaning bringer of light. Now this is the time, if you guys have made it this far in the video and you guys are liking these kind of data oriented names lists, please do give the video a thumbs up down below. Also subscribe to join the community if you aren't already. And if you want to, leave in the comments down below maybe one of the names on this list that is so surprising to you that made its way into the top 1000s for these charts. So let me know that in the comments below. All right, moving down the list here, next up on the girl side is Zuri, spelled Z-H-U-R-I, Zuri. So you can see that this is another spelling variant that made it into the top 1000s. It's an African Kiswahili name meaning good and beautiful. I then have the name Darwin, spelled D-A-R-W-I-N, Darwin. I personally love this name so much. It's unique, but it's not like unheard of. And I love this as an English surname, and it means dear friend. I have Sarai, spelled S-A-R-A-H-I, Sarai. This is another spelling variant of the Hebrew name meaning princess. Then I have Aurelio, spelled A-U-R-E-L-I-O, Aurelio. This one is so handsome for a little boy. It's Italian rooted with an amazing meaning the golden one. Luz, spelled L-U-Z, Luz. This one is a Spanish rooted name meaning light. Then for the boys is Rhodes, spelled R-H-O-D-E-S, Rhodes. And this one's a Greek rooted name meaning where roses grow. Now, before I move on with the rest of the names on today's list, I do also want to keep mentioning that I am open to name consultations right now for the rest of May and booking into June as well. I am still doing my Mother's Day promotion right now as well, as I am adding an extra 25 names to each of my name packages. So if you have any inquiries for pricing or just in general for some questions, you can email me. I'll have the email right here. I'll have it down in the description box below as well, or you can shoot me a message over on Instagram. All right, next up, we have the sweet nickname Lottie, spelled L-O-T-T-I-E, Lottie. This one's a wonderful vintage gem derived from Charlotte, and it's an English name meaning free man. Next up is Chosen, spelled C-H-O-S-E-N, Chosen. Now this is one of those virtue names that it kind of symbolizes the chosen one for this family, your little baby that was chosen for your specific family. And I find this one not too far-fetched, not too out there at all, as lots of virtue names, just that theme in general has been rising so much because it's just so impactful and so meaningful. So this is a wonderful one, and I absolutely love it for a little boy. Next up on the girl's side is Cielo or Cielo, spelled C-I-E-L-O. Now this one's either a Spanish word name or it's an Italian rooted name, depending on how you're pronouncing it, meaning sky. Then for a short one here is Teo, spelled T-E-O, Teo. I think this one is such an incredible Theo alternative, Teo. It just has a really cool sound to it, and it's a Spanish rooted name meaning gift of God. On the girl's side is Sapphire, spelled S-A-P-P-H-I-R-E, Sapphire. What an incredible gemstone name, and this gemstone represents intelligence and making wise choices. I think that is, again, just like virtue names, gemstone names have this really impactful kind of omen behind them. I love this. I love this for a little girl. I have Eren, spelled E-R-E-N, Eren. It's a Turkish rooted name meaning saint or holy person. Another virtue name has made it into the top 1000s, and this is the name Love, spelled L-O-V-E, Love. This is great. It's so interesting to see how many virtue names are making it into those top 1000s. I'm not shocked whatsoever, and I think Love makes such a sweet first name, but it also makes it for like a playful and very meaningful middle name as well. If you didn't want to go too far out there for a first name, Love for a middle name, just like imagine Delilah Love, Goldie Love. It just makes it so much more playful but also meaningful as well. Last four names on the list here, I have the name Duncan, spelled D-U-N-C-A-N, Duncan. This one's a Scottish rooted name meaning dark warrior. Then I have Carla, spelled C-A-R-L-A, Carla. This is a beautiful German rooted name meaning free man. Second to last name on the list here that made its way to the top 1000s is Kaza, spelled K K-H-A-Z-A, Kaza. This is such a wonderful Arabic rooted name and has such a powerful meaning of treasure. Now last but certainly not least, this one I am not surprised that it hadn't been in the top 1000s before, but it has made it and it makes so much sense. So this is the name Marigold, spelled M-A-R-I-G-O-L-D, Marigold for your little girl. Goldie, guys, Goldie, that nickname, everybody loves it, including myself, but I think Marigold just is such a classic, but it's definitely still remaining unique right now with that nickname Goldie. So sweet. And it's a gorgeous yellow flower name, and specifically the marigold symbolizes purity, optimism, and good fortune. So that is a lucky little flower name for your little girl to get that nickname Goldie that everybody has been going after. So that is it with today's list. I hope you guys enjoyed finding out these new names that are brand new, guys, brand new to the top 1000s for the US in 2022. It's really fascinating to see these lists and to see how much it's changed throughout the years. I'll also have the S.S.A website down in my description box below, just so you guys can go take a look at the other names that are in the top 1000s, or if you want to look up one of the names, it gives all that information down there. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and stay tuned for next Sunday's video. It's going to be an amazing one, and I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I'll see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. All right, take care. Bye.